Well, welcome back to the Happy Camper podcast. Don't know if you can tell or not, but this is the Christmas version of the Happy Camper.
Christmas.
I'm Willie, Noah, and Chris, and we're going to be talking about all things Christmas
Yeah, baby.
for the next few minutes. Got a few topics we're going to kind of target and just kind of throw around. Stuff like, what's your favorite gift? What's your least favorite gift? You got favorite tradition. And we'll talk about some of the stuff that happens here at camp around the Christmas time, too, because we don't have a lot of campers during that time, but we still celebrate Christmas.
That's good. That's good that we do that.
So that's, yeah.
Where do you want to start, Willie?
Well, why don't we start with, let's start with favorite gift. I mean, think about that. What are some of the things that you've gotten over the years? You're like, oh, man, I wasn't expecting that necessarily. Maybe you were expecting it, but love that gift. And if you have a least favorite gift, and not to, you don't want to offend anybody, but,
But
you can
buckle up, because here we go.
But anyway, that's kind of my thoughts there. So I'll throw it out. I don't care who starts here. Anybody got an idea, favorite gift? That
I definitely have a favorite.
Go for it.
So
then.
over the years, had some really great gifts, and I know you had mentioned like mentioned some of your favorite gifts, but I think up to this point right now was actually in the last couple of years. My wife bought me my lifetime hunting license for North Carolina, and I was like brought to tears almost. Like I was so excited about that. Now, ultimately, like what this does is it
allows me to sit in the cold.
yes.
Hardly ever shoot anything, but I can do it for free every year now.
Yeah. Well, what it does is if for any reason, which I don't obviously want this to happen, but if for any reason I were to ever like not live in North Carolina, I would still have a lifetime North Carolina hunting license. And it goes for fishing as well. So hunting, fishing, and it also saves me the hassle of every year having to get online, buy a new license and all of those things. And so super pumped about that. That right now is kind of like that's the best one.
I could have guessed that your gift is going to be something around hunting.
Well, and over the years, those have,
Past podcasts.
all kind of been. So leading up to that, like as a kid, there was one year, sort of like when I was 5 years old, my dad got me a BB gun. And that was like really cool. I was kind of in like shock. In fact, okay, so my dad.
I can't imagine my 5-year-old with a BB gun, to be honest with you.
I might have
Hence
been
the reason
6.
he likes to hunt.
I might have been 6. But so what they did was they wrapped this BB gun in this crazy, like long cardboard box. It looked like it was like 10 feet tall. And I sat there for, a month wondering like what in the world is in there. And they did that just to throw me off a little bit. But my dad had one of those like shoulder mount camcorders.
I thought you were going to say bazookas.
No.
That's what they hunt with.
No,
I remember those
massive
back in the day.
VHS recorder, and he's recording the whole thing. And like I open it up, and it almost seemed like I was disappointed because I was more in shock because I was just like, BB gun? Like, are you guys crazy?
And you said you were
Do you
5
even know
years
me?
old.
5 or 6. I'm pretty young.
That's
Pretty young.
How old is your oldest right now?
My twins will be 6 on January the 7th. And
Well, I think you should get them matching BB guns.
I think that'll end well.
Can I
Now-
say?
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your story.
Well, so that was kind of the start of, great gifts. One year, my parents did the old, open everything up, and I was just happy. It was good, And then they did the old like, oh, you know what? I think I heard something out on the front porch. You should, Noah. Why don't you go see what that was? And so walk out, open the front door, and it was a brand new bicycle. But it was like the first like mountain bike that I had ever gotten. So it wasn't like a little like kid type bike. It was like actually like a mountain bike. And it snowed that Christmas. I remember that specifically. There was actually snow here
On Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day.
I remember that.
White Christmas. And I went out and rode that bike up and down the road in the snow. It was awesome.
I too got a BB gun
Did you really?
when I was a kid.
When he was
Did you ever?
40?
Did
No.
You okay. No, when I was a kid, and I was so pumped about it because it was a pistol. I don't know if you remember. It's the kind you pull back.
Right.
And I played with that thing all the time until I took it to a friend's house, and my friend used it, and he left it in the front yard of the old lady's house next to us, and the police came and got it. Never saw that BB gun again.
My
So-
dad bought himself an air rifle for one Christmas, and we were in Texas at the time. And so I shot a giant jackrabbit and we ate it for dinner.
Wait, hold on.
How
You-
come
you
I
ate
have
a
never heard
jackrabbit?
that story before?
That's it. That's the story. Yeah, it was a huge rabbit, like
Yeah.
in Texas. But I just,
Yeah.
it was over there, and
But you ate it.
You ate
We ate
a
it.
jackrabbit.
yeah,
What did it taste like?
it tasted fine. Tasted good.
All I've ever been told is that jackrabbits are like the nastiest things.
No, it was fine. It was really fine. Now, shout out to my brother-in-law Wade because he cleaned it. Like, I mean, I just didn't know what to do, so we, he gutted it and all that stuff. But then we cleaned it and ate it, and it was fine.
Well,
I mean, it wasn't like the main dish. It was like, mom had already made something.
did that
and then
become
it
a
was,
tradition?
Jackrabbits
not.
are like carnivores.
Yeah.
I have no idea about
I mean,
That's
yeah.
carnivores.
yes. So I've heard.
I
So I've heard.
They eat like.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to look this up. I've just never heard of people eating
Okay.
a jackrabbit.
have
Well,
a picture of it somewhere.
Listen,
I'll find you a
um,
picture.
Maybe we can tag that picture to the podcast. You can just let
Yeah,
other
it's
people see it.
going to be on here somewhere.
Well, okay, so that's pretty interesting. So, Chris, you got a favorite gift that you received?
Dude, your memories are. Noah like remembers every gift he ever got. It sounds like I don't. Mine's not quite as good. I can think of a few. I don't know which one like blew me away. To be honest with you, I mean, my wife,
Yeah.
in tandem with her parents and my parents, I think got me a bow a couple years ago. 3 years ago. Noah helped pick that out for him, and then it wasn't
My son got me a bow too. Haven't shot anything.
a bow tie.
Bow.
Oh,
Like
really? Like a real one?
Yeah, like a real one.
How did I not know that? Did I know
I
that?
don't know
By giving
because
you
I
his old one.
haven't gone hunting with it yet.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. I got a pair of Jordans growing up that I was really pumped about. Played ball in those in college. That was fun. I got a banjo one year. That was really random.
That's been profitable
Now
for
I
camp.
use it here at camp,
Yeah.
but I
So
was-
you got it before you played it at camp?
Oh yeah.
Before you knew how to play it.
Yes. Way like
Did you ask for a banjo?
No. Here's how it happened. Our youth group took like a church planting trip to like Kentucky. And,
Wait a second.
Yep, Kentucky.
Like a mission trip to Kentucky?
yeah, something like that. It's basically,
wife
it's
did
basically a
that.
foreign country.
Well,
So we
yeah,
went
and
there.
I'm sorry. Can I pause for
Sure,
a second?
go ahead.
Because my wife did that exact same thing, but I'm offended. I was born in Kentucky.
And she doesn't play the banjo.
No, but that just blows my mind that you go to mission trip to Kentucky.
Well, it was like a guy from our church was going to plant a church. Shout out Kyle Fannin. I think I'm getting this right.
Oops.
Well, I think I am.
Yeah.
And then we went and maybe helped like pass out some, like welcome or
yeah, come to church.
come to church bulletin stuff. I think again. And then one of the other guys from the church was playing the banjo, and I was like kind of plucking on it a little, and it was fun, but I knew nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. And I guess mom saw that and was like, you know what he needs? That boy needs a
That boy
banjo.
needs a banjo.
And so I was like, to be clear, I was shocked because in no universe did I ever think I was getting. And I was like, thank you. I will probably use this. And it sat there, and I mean, again, I plucked on it, I'm sure, that day and a little bit, but like I didn't really learn how to play it for probably 10 years.
Does it have the same the way that you hold it as the violin?
No.
So it's not even.
So it's not even close to what you played.
No, not at all. No.
Wow.
Imagine if all of our Christmas presents were just things that we randomly picked up, and our parents were just like, "Oh, that's what
you
know.
need.
They
I
want
know."
that.
Shout out, mom. Good gift in hindsight. I mean, maybe she was looking down the road, like, you know what? One day he's going to need this banjo. And sure enough, I've used it here a lot.
Yeah. Well,
cool.
that's it. I remember I got a weight set one year when I was a kid.
I know you've never used that.
Obviously, I used that.
Just
a lot. So that was a good gift. I was super pumped about that. So
What about, okay,
Pumped.
so
He was
right
pumped up.
now, he was pumped up. I was pumped up.
for a week.
Yeah. What if you, like right now, what would pump you up right now if you got it?
Well-
is there anything that you're like, oh, I would really,
I-
in adulthood, it's different
It
because
is,
it's
'cause you're
like,
like-
if I really need it, I'm probably just going to figure out a way to get it.
I was really excited last year. What my wife, she got me a trip to see a basketball game.
Oh, yeah.
At
Yeah.
Kentucky, and so that was I was super pumped about that.
She combined it with a mission
Speaking
trip to Kentucky. Basketball game,
That's right.
mission trip.
We'll witness to him on the way out.
So that was pretty pumped about. I get excited about it. My family does a good job of just getting me things that I don't realize I want.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm looking
yeah.
at it like, yes, absolutely. So that's kind of thing. that any we might I'm going to go there or not, but any worst gifts that you've received? I got something from my grandmother one time that I was like, I can't believe that I got this, and my grandmother was really pumped about it, and I was like, I got made fun of for it, but I'm not going to mention what it was. So,
not gonna-
anyway,
you-
not going to go there. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
so there was, but
Good
but
story.
it actually is a pretty good story. But anything that you guys,
I mean, I'm sure I've gotten socks and undershirts, and I'm like, wow, cool, sweet, you know?
well, it's like when you're
Coming
a
of
kid, you're
age.
like 4 or 5 years old, and you open a pair of jeans. You're like,
Yeah.
Isn't that
And
something?
now, if I got a nice pair of jeans, I'd actually be like, sweet.
Yeah,
I'd
right.
be kind of like, but
right.
yeah.
But as a kid,
Clothes,
you're like,
I did not.
as a
Okay.
kid, I'm like, no way that should never happen.
All right. So this is one of those things where it's just like I shouldn't complain because it was a thoughtful gift. Okay, but
here we go.
When
But rev your
I'm not
engines, 'cause here we
complaining,
go.
but we're just telling stories here. So when I was a kid, like I had this one boy in my class that we were good friends with, and we were always kind of into the same thing. So for a while, and you might remember this. For a while, like yo-yos became a really big
Why
thing.
does he remember that? And I
Because
don't
we
remember
are the same age.
I know what a
Willie.
yo-yo is.
Okay, no, but I'm talking about
You might
in
remember this.
specific times of our lives. There were just like different things.
Yes,
like
everybody had a yo-yo. What was the name brand of the one? The one
had
that
a
everybody
yo-yo.
wanted.
I
don't
know, but I'm
remember,
not going to
But
tell
there
you.
was like those butterfly shaped, like the ones that had like the really
Yes.
deep groove in it. You could spin it, and you could walk the dog and do all these cool tricks and everything. So like things like that, we would just have like different types of toys that would just get really popular.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So this one kid, he always had like the coolest, latest yo-yo. And I would just be like, I don't know if I want to spend my money on that. And I didn't know if I wanted to act like, do I want to get a yo-yo for Christmas? But anyway, so along those years of things kind of becoming popular and whatnot, RC cars became, there was,
you know what
there
those
was a
are?
phase. Yeah.
Have you heard of those?
The RC trucks were becoming, were coming into being like really popular for a while, a hot selling item. And I remember my friend got a really fast, cool RC truck.
And you got a
He-
yo-yo?
No. He also got a really fast, cool, like RC motorcycle. It was this guy that like actually moved on the wheels, like rotated back and forth and could like spin around. And my mind is just like blown. And so I begged my parents, I was like, please,
If you love me.
can I please get a remote control car? And that was like the one thing I asked for. Like if nothing else, I just want a remote control car. And my sister, I remember specifically telling me, Mom and Dad didn't get you a remote control car. like every day through December, Mom and Dad didn't get you a remote control car. And I just remember just being like, no, please, no, just kind of just being devastated and really sad. Well, Christmas Day comes and there's this, bigger box, and I open it up, and inside are 2 remote control cars.
Wow.
Okay. So initially I'm like, oh, they got me a set of 2 RC cars. This is awesome. I'm so excited, Well, I get them out, and again, Mom, if you're listening to this, I look back.
She's probably not.
I look back and I say, you
That's
guys
assuming a lot.
You guys were kind and thoughtful.
She didn't love you enough to get you what the car you wanted. She's
not
not
watching
listening to this
your
podcast.
So
Love you, Rhonda.
come to find out, these cars, as soon as you turn them on, they immediately go in reverse. Like just automatically, the wheels start spinning and they're going in reverse, and they spin in circles backwards. And there was not a steering mechanism. It was just you pulled the trigger and then they went forwards. So to change direction, you had to let your finger off the trigger and it would go backwards and turn. And then to go the direction you wanted it to, you had to pull the trigger again. And I remember playing like in the kitchen floor with these cars with this kind of half
Grin.
smile. Thank you. This is so much fun. And thinking like, how am I ever going to race my friend using these cars?
not.
So anyway, but that was,
Dude, one thing I love, or go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna. You guys know what a gyroscope is?
yes.
I'm not that old.
I've never seen one like except for in a museum. But
Ancient, like when they archaeologists.
That was probably one of the worst
dig
gifts
those-
I ever got. 'Cause I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
We're not that far apart in nature, just wait. I got this gyroscope, and a gift exchange at school. I'm like, why would any kid ever give another kid a gyroscope?
His parents were cheap.
I opened it up. I'm like, I don't even know what this thing is. He's like,
You don't play with this thing, Billy. Here, put that in the gift exchange.
But it got better because I got a Matchbox car. It was Snoopy
Okay.
on top of a doghouse,
Who's
which
Snoopy?
was worse.
That's kind of a for mine.
Anyway, those are bad gifts.
Dude, I liked my mom would, or mom and dad would do this thing. Well, first of all, we never got good cereal growing up. I mean, it was just again.
Mom,
and by
if
the
you're
way,
listening.
whoa. And again, that sounds bad. Now me with my kids, like I don't buy them sugary cereal
Right.
either
Yeah,
because I'm
same,
like,
same.
But for Christmas, they would wrap up a box of like, Cocoa Pebbles or Cocoa, and I was pumped, legitimately like super pumped. That's awesome. And just go scarf like 4 bowls of that.
I'm going to get you a box of cereal for Christmas. I think.
I loved that.
So, what was your favorite cereal?
Back then, it's probably changed over the years. It was always chocolate something.
Yeah.
It was probably Cocoa Puffs growing up.
Okay. Yeah.
But as
That's strong.
I don't think I discovered Cocoa Pebbles.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say because I don't think I knew that there was any other cereal other than Wheaties and Grape Nuts until I was 17.
Yeah, Wheaties is what we ate too.
King Vitamin.
King Vitamin.
King Vitamin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom
That sounds
shelf.
like another podcast.
That does.
Yeah, we
Actually,
should.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Just spin that
Let's
one
table
for
that for now.
20 minutes.
What else did you?
I wasn't
where
saying that
we
was
at?
my favorite.
Honestly, that was just gifts. So we haven't really talked about traditions or food.
Do we
favorite
have
food?
Do we have time to keep going? I don't have any clue what.
Yeah, we got.
All right, let's keep
Okay,
going.
so why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit about because I think people would be potentially interested to know what we do here at camp during this Christmas time. Of course, it's a lot like what everybody else does. So
Yeah.
we decorate.
I mean, yeah.
the campsite,
Well, we do the thing. Like we just a couple nights ago, we do what we call tree trim.
which a lot of people do.
They trim the tree. They do. We put up a tree in the fireplace room, kind of our main meeting room during the year. We decorate there. When I say we, I mean most people
whole
decorate.
staff.
Everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then yeah. And we
The
you know
kids do
eat.
something.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
big
fun.
tree. It's
And then in that same room tonight, in fact, we'll have our Christmas banquet
For our staff.
for our staff, for the wild staff. So that's always fun. Just hanging out. We'll sing a little bit. We'll do some
eat.
some eating. We'll fellowshipping.
We have good
Yeah.
food, but then the desserts that everybody
Yeah.
brings.
Yeah. And then, not like directly related to Christmas, this time of year, we do what we call brain burning, which is basically just idea sharing. So hopefully we've been gathering some good ideas on our own, and we're going to kind of share them in front of everybody
Talk them out.
and then make fun of basically everybody who presents an idea. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. We
It
eat a
is.
lot,
We eat a lot too.
and then we discuss ideas, and we throw around bad ideas.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And it's
Kind
a
of-
lot of fun. And I think we're gonna have some of that on social media too,
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
show
I
some
think
of
so.
the
I think so.
background of brain burning.
Yeah, we reminisce on like good, on our minds, good games or activities, things we've done in the past, or like some not so good ones. Which I mean, there are very few of those because I know every game we do.
I
here
remember
is-
I came up with a giant skill ball one time. I don't know, you boys don't know what a skill ball is because you're younger than I am. But I was like, I wanted to create this giant skill ball, and I thought that'd be a lot of fun rolling it around.
for
But
our
then we
2 and 3 year old camp.
No,
no.
this would be
Oh.
teenager would love it. And I figured we could roll it around on the ball field and put shapes and stuff in. But then we decided that people would probably
That
get
didn't take,
injured.
Yeah, I'm surprised that
So-
didn't go anywhere.
It didn't.
You should probably present that again and see if it's got legs. I think there
I've
might.
presented it a couple times. So maybe I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are
that's
some of
cool.
the the things we do around here during Christmas times. You guys
Mm-hmm.
got any thoughts on Christmas? Any topics you want to bring
it.
up?
Pro.
I'm for it. Yeah.
Any topics?
Absolutely.
Any what?
Any topics you want to bring up? You wanna-
Well, what? Oh, let me ask you this. What? I'm just. This would be fun for me. I think. What do you if? Now I don't mean like an objectively terrible gift.
Are
But I
you
mean,
just talking to Noah
I'm talking
here?
to both of you.
Okay, because I'm a lot older, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm still offended by that. So go ahead.
No, I think you probably will understand this.
Okay.
If I say it slow enough. I don't mean just like something objectively terrible, but something that people would believe is a normal gift to get, but if you got it, you would be like, I'm absolutely. For instance, I'll go. I've got one in mind. People have joked about getting us a puppy or a dog, and now my kids, would they be excited? Maybe. My wife, more than me, but I would absolutely I wouldn't hate the dog. I would just hate that it's mine. Let me be clear.
Well, I guess I better take that gift.
I just don't want to care for it. Has there ever been anything like that where you're like the person meant really well, like a lot of people would like this, but it was just not? Is there anything like that for you? I'd be curious.
I'd
have to think about that one for a second.
I pretty much like anything anybody gives me.
Really?
No.
I bet I can fix that real quick.
I'm gonna get you a dog and a box of cereal.
Now I could think of things that I would be like,
But it's never really happened.
but it's not. That's not really like happened. I'd have to like think it through
Yeah.
and like
I'm a little scared to say anything because I'm afraid somebody's gonna
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
send
true.
me something. So,
Yeah.
I've only ever appreciated any and every gift that's ever been given to me
yeah.
on record, right there.
I'd
Except for those
hate
rope.
I'd hate to get a
cars.
Maserati.
Do you guys, what's an ideal like Christmas morning gonna look like for you guys? Like what are you looking forward to?
I mean, we share the gifts on Christmas morning. You
Okay.
know, growing up, our family did it at night on Christmas Eve. This is a little weird, a little weirder than some, but we did it on Christmas, and we do it on Christmas Day, and we
I think that's
have
a
a special
traditional
meal
standard
that we
approach.
most people we have a certain meal we eat, and then
What is it?
it's called egg souffle.
What?
It's good. It's good. I'll make it for you sometime.
Please.
It's just like an egg casserole thing. But anyway, so we eat that and then open gifts, and then we clean up for the rest of the day.
And then I, as the dad, have the trash bag and I'm ready to scarf that paper before
There
it hits
is
the ground.
something to
I
that.
do that.
I do
it-
too.
I do
I
it
do
as
too.
well.
It drove me nuts as a kid when my
Why?
dad did it. When my dad did it, I'm like, Dad, relax. Like, it's fine. But now it's like, I don't want to
me
find
that.
that under the
Give me that.
couch in a week.
I know.
I am exactly the same way.
Yeah.
There is something strangely
It's
like,
built into our DNA.
like uncontrollable about it. Where
I
I'm
thought I was
like,
just the
crumple
weird
it up, throw it in the trash bag. No. I do this, and it's a thing. Like I've seen like different like posts on social media, like little videos about making fun of dads who clean up the like they're standing there ready with
I
the
don't care what
trash
the gift
bag.
is. Just give me the trash quickly. No one gets hurt.
Wow.
So
Well, yeah. I thought
tell
I
us,
was
why
the
do you
one
think
did
that is? Why are dads like ready to pick up? And that's like because dads aren't typically known for wanting to keep the house like tidy and clean, but Christmas Day there will not be one shred of wrapping paper on the floor.
Right.
Why
No,
is that?
I'm
Tell us why you
totally-
think that is.
I'm totally that way. So I
Well,
get
cool.
made fun of about that.
Here's
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's what I want to know. I'm going to change subject just a little bit. And mostly because I have a story that I want to tell, but
Just tell it. Just tell it. then.
Just tell the story.
but I want to know, like, are there any like strange, unconventional meals or food items? I know you said egg souffle, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So I'll give you kind of what it looks like on Christmas Eve with my family. So Christmas Eve traditionally has always been my dad's side of the family. Christmas Day, my mom's side.
Yeah,
of the
I think
family.
you've told me about this a little bit. But.
Okay. Now I'm not saying I don't like this. In fact, there's something kind of awesome about it, and that is like everyone on Christmas Eve. Like you could tell, not everyone likes to just like make things at home. So
How can you tell?
no, by what they bring. So someone's gonna bring a bucket of chicken, a bucket of fried chicken that they picked up at the grocery store, not at KFC or like a place that sells chicken.
Yeah. We don't have KFC,
like-
by the way.
Well, we have like Zaxby's
Yeah,
or other
yeah.
places, but back then we did have a KFC, like when I was a kid growing up. But so that's like not that unusual, like a bucket of
fine.
chicken, that's fine.
It's good.
I remember one year someone brought a massive box of nothing but soft shell tacos from Taco Bell for
See, I don't
Christmas
think it's
Eve.
It's not bad. It's
not
funny.
bad.
I would
different.
laugh.
It's
but
not what
I'd be like,
you-
I'll eat that.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
I
not
was
traditional.
like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
awesome. But like that's what we're talking. So you've got deviled eggs in one tray, and then soft tacos from Taco Bell right
And
next
Christmas
to it.
cookies.
Meal
champs.
the fried chicken, and then just the random assortment of fast food.
I don't know. We're pretty
know.
traditional in ours, and I love it. I mean, that egg souffle I mentioned, my mom used to make it growing up.
I don't-
We were so excited about that every year.
I don't get into I'm not a big turkey guy. Like it's fine, eat it for Thanksgiving, great. I'm no complaint, but like I'm not looking for another reason to put it on the table. So like I don't really Christmas. I'm not like we're not We're not typically doing that again. We kind of go a different direction. And I'm not saying we have a normal thing even that we always do, but I'd rather grill
We
a
do
steak
Stromboli.
or something. I like Stromboli. Stromboli,
That's our
delicious.
Christmas tradition.
Yeah, that's great.
So one
Cool.
of those. Well, that's our Christmas. Christmas. I think it's about time we need
Yeah.
to wrap this one up.
Let us
So,
know
Yeah.
some of your Christmas traditions, favorites, least favorites, if you want. That'd be fun.
Hope you've enjoyed this Christmas edition of the Happy Camper podcast. We'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas.